Hi everybody, this is jynex. So how's everybody doing today? I am here to discuss the qliphoth. That's a qliphoth. Qliphoth deck. Well, okay. Ignoring that, the qliphoth deck is a new archetype that's coming out with a new set, which will be for us TCG players next month. The qliphoth archetype is a Earth Machine archetype like Karakuri and Machina, but you know how Karakuri, Synchro, and Machina exceeds? Well, this is Pendulum. Pendulum is new to us. We haven't exactly pendulum anything since, but now we can with these new cards called qliphoths. The qliphoth archetype is central around this key card here. Qliphoth Tool, a level 5 Earth normal type pendulum monster with a skill level of 9 with the attack of 1000 and defense of 2800. His pendulum effect allows him to pay, it allows us to pay 800, pay 800 attack, pay 800 life points to add one qliphoth card from our deck to our hands. And this says we can add any of the qliphoth members, including the spell and trap support, which is pretty cool because you can search for anything without restriction, but the only restriction is just paying 800, and you can only do it once per turn. However, in addition to that, the pendulum effect of all qliphoth monsters says that you cannot special summon any other monsters except qliphoth monsters, and that effect cannot be negated. One other thing I'd like to add out about the qliphoth monsters is that some of them have a skill level of 9, and the level ones have a skill level of 1. The scale level of 9, the opponent's monsters are weakened by 300 attack, all of them that they currently control. However, with the scale level of 1, which benefits the qliphoth user, the qliphoth monsters that we currently control will gain 300 attack. I think that's pretty cool. Qliphoth Archive is the next monster on our list. It is level 6, 24 1000, pretty much all Monarch stats. It's a pendulum monster and has a scale of 1. The pendulum effect is, well, actually you already know what the pendulum effect is. The monster effect is that you can normal summon this card without tributing. This card is normal. This card will special summon or normal summon without tributing. Its level becomes 4, and its original attack becomes 1800. If this card was normal summoned, it's unaffected by the effects by monsters that have original levels or ranks lower than this card's level. If this card was tributed, you could target one monster on the field and turn that target to the hand. Pretty much, they have erratic effects. You know, when erratic's attributed. When erratic's attributed, you can Yes, we are back with the qliphoths, and I forgot where I was for a moment. Qliphoth Genome. Qliphoth Genome is a level 6 machine pendulum monster with a scale of 9. Pretty much he has Monarch stats, and I just noticed something about these guys. The level 6 qliphoth monsters have regular Monarch stats, and the level 7 and 8 monsters have Mega Monarch stats. Also, the qliphoth monsters all have the same effect. They can only special summon themselves. That effect cannot be negated. For the pendulum effect and for the monster effect, you can normal summon all of the qliphoth monsters without tributing, but their level becomes 4. Their original level becomes 4, and their original attack becomes 1800. They are also unaffected by monsters that have lower original levels or ranks than this card's current level. Genome's effect is when it's tributed, you can target one spell trap card on the field and destroy that target. Pretty cool, MST right there. The next one is qliphoth Disc. This is the level 7 pendulum monster. It has the Mega Mana stats, as I said before. Its effect is when this card is tribute summoned by tributing a qliphoth monster, you can special summon 2 qliphoth monsters from your deck. Pretty much, it's like it's a rescue rabbit that stays on the field, and you get 2 more monsters on top of that. Fair, and you can attack with them. But at the end phase, they are destroyed, and because they're pendulum monsters, they go to the extra deck. So next turn, when it's your turn, you can just, if you have one qliphoth monster, well, obviously you have 2, and one of the pendulum monsters with a scale of 1 on the other side, so then you can pendulum them next turn. Yeah, and get those monsters that were destroyed, that just was from your deck, back onto the field. Pretty cheap, in my opinion. The next card is qliphoth Shell. This is a level 8 pendulum monster with a scale of 9. His effect is when he's tribute summoned by tributing a qliphoth monster, he can attack twice, and if he does attack a defense position monster, he inflicts piercing damage. So he can attack twice with 2000 attack. If you do have a monster with a scale of 1 in your pendulum zone, he will go up to 31. So his 31 can attack twice, and he can inflict piercing damage. Fair. That is so fair. But he's not as fair as this next card coming up. I pretty much call him the OG of the deck. Every theme deck has a boss monster, and of course these guys have a rival boss monster as well. I'm talking about AK, APOC qliphoth Killer, pretty much, with his 3000 attack, so strong. Level 10. He cannot be special summoned at all. He must be normal summon or set by tributing 3 qliphoth monsters, which ain't hard. Pendulum summoning them, bam. Tribute summon them, bam. Get effects off like a motherfucker. Always fair. Pretty much his effect is, if this card was normal summoned, that means hopefully he wasn't Solemn Warning or anything. Well, actually, yeah. He only can be stopped by Solemn Warning anyway. If this card was normal summoned, he is unaffected by Spell's traps. Unaffected. As soon as he hits the field, Spell's traps are pretty much useless. And the activated effects of monsters that have lower levels or ranks than this card's level. And he's level 10, so yeah, have fun with that. All special summon monsters on the field lose 500 attack and defense. That goes for you and your opponent. So yeah, that big monster that you went to, that synchro or that XA you decided to go into, yeah, it's gonna be weaker than this guy. Also, it has this extra effect for some reason, for no reason at all. Once per turn, you can activate this effect. Your opponent sends 1 monster from their side of the field or on their hand to the graveyard. Now, I wouldn't use this effect against your dolls because they'll benefit from it. But anything else, fair. AK-47, APOC qliphoth Killer, that's pretty much what I call him. And he's so fair. Boss mod, I would run 2 of this motherfucker. Pretty much. Because he, come on. Unaffected by spells and traps, and the activated effects of monsters that are lower than this level, ranks or level. So cheap, man, so cheap. But enough about the monsters. All the monsters are brolic in a way, especially APOC Killer, pretty much all day. And next we'll come with the spell and trap support, which we'll start off with this card. qliphoth Sacrifice. Equipped only to a qliphoth monster. It gains 300 attack. Also, that monster can't be destroyed by battle. So he just stays on the field unless you get rid of this card. This card can also be treated as true tributes for a tribute summon of a qliphoth monster, meaning you can use this in equivalence to APOC Killer, qliphoth Shell, and qliphoth Disc. When this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can add 1 qliphoth monster from your deck to your hand, so you get a search regardless. It also can be used as MST bait. Fair? I think so. qliphoth Fortress. As you can see, APOC Killer's in the sky, radiant strong. but this card is a field spell. During your main phase, you can normal summon one qliphoth monster in addition to your normal summon or set. You can only gain this effect once per turn. The summon of a qliphoth monster cannot be negated. It's an added bonus. So summon warning. Anything that negates summons is useless with this card on the field. Not only that, they can be normal summoned without tribute. You see how fair this fucking deck is? OP very much. I might as well call this deck niggas with attitude. Pretty much. Don't mind me, that's just my opinion. 8-Pot Qliphoth. Pretty much this card works with 8-Pot Killer. Pretty much what you do is when you activate this card, you can add 3 qliphoth pendulum monsters from your extra deck to your hand. So you have like a whole bunch of these motherfuckers in your extra deck, like a tool that's been destroyed by an MST or some other means. Add it back to your hand with no cost. Play it again, free. And you can only activate one of these per turn. You can't activate multiple, because that'd be cheap. It's a recovery card in a way. And then you have qliphoth Fortran. Normal summon qliphoth monsters on the field gain 300 more attacks, so you can activate this during damage step. Their effects are negated and unaffected by other spells and traps on the field until the end of the turn. So it's like a lance with a 300 attack boost. Fair. Oh, actually, it's for so if you happen to use this card and summon 2 of them out and have this out, wow, better than Lance. It's like the epidemic advice for Evil Swarm. Card is fair. I want to build this shit right now and play it against people, cause qliphoth, it's actually in English it's called qliphoth, but there's no relevance there. Qliphoths. Anywho, this deck pretty much abuses pendulum summoning, has its own boss ace monster with its own deadly effects, unaffected by effect monsters effects, unaffected by spells and traps with this card, can normal summon more than once with this card. You can search with this card and give it the added bonus of not being destroyed by battle with 300 attack, and as it can be used as 2 tribute for a summon for qliphoth monster. So fair. Oh man, I'm more excited about this shit, but I know when it comes out it's gonna become a meta deck when everybody abusing the price up there. But yeah, what I can say that can be added to this deck per se, skill drain, because you know how a lot of decks have really annoying effects. For Bujins you got Yamato and Mikazuchi, but then they have fucking cocksucking Colin and Centipede in the grave, so unless you use Light Imprisoning Mirror. You also got Shaddolls. But the thing about it is Shaddolls I can destroy shit, so feel free to destroy my monsters. They'll just come back better than ever. And no Shaddol is gonna run this shit over until that fucking Shaddol level 10 guy comes out. Which pretty much said, well, pretty much he's in the picture, so yeah. Evil Swarm, because Evil Swarm still can stop stuff here, but then again, I could just use it. I could just normal summon, play that, tribute over it, so tribute archive, return your Ophion back to your fucking extra deck, call it a day. Fair. A lot of different uses can be used for this deck, and I gotta admit, this deck will see a lot of play within the next month or so, and by that next time we should have a ban list by the end of this year. So let's see if qliphoth will actually come on top, in the regionals and the YCSs and all that. Who knows, it might get hit. This might be limited to 1, because this card is so fucking fair. Get any fucking card, get any one of these motherfucking cards for free, no problem. Always fair. But until then, this is your next soul saying, be yourself and don't let anyone else tell you different. Play with this deck if you want. Everybody's gonna hate you for it. I know I would. Hate the motherfucker who's playing against me with this deck. It's so fair. Peace.